Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today's lesson is chapter 1 and today is the continuation of the previous class. Our topic is finding square root part 2. In today's video we will find the square root by using long division method. We will do some maths at first. You can see in the board in your textbook exercise 1.1. In number 2 there are 4 maths A, B, C, D. The question asks find the square root of these numbers by using long division method. So let's see how to do long division method for these numbers. At first, number A. The number you have to write here like this, and the next step is to make pair from the right side to left side. So pair means you have to take 2 digits at first and take another 2 digits, but there is only 1 digit, so we just got 1 pair. Now we have to draw a vertical line here like this, vertical line only. Now at first we start from the digits or digit from the left side. From the leftmost side we see only 2 here. So now we have to find the closest perfect square number to this number. That is this is 2. So the perfect square numbers are closest to 2, 1. If we take 1 square we get 1. If we get 2 square we will get 4. So 4 is greater than 2 here, so we only take this number. So 1 square, that means 1 times 1. So if we take 1 times 1, we will get 1 here. Okay, now as division method, you have to subtract this. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Now we have to put down this pair, this digit, that is 25 here beside the previous subtraction. So now the number is 125. Now we draw another vertical line in the left side of these digits. Now you have to double this digit only. This digit you have to double it. So this digit is 1. So if we make it double, it will become 2. Now what? Now you have to put a digit here and here also. The same digit you have to put here, and then you multiply just with this new digit with the total of these 2 digits to become make closest or equal to the 125. So at first we let's try 2 here. If we write 2 here, so we have to write 2 also here. So 2 times 22 will be 44. 2 times 2 will be 44, but which is not closest or equal to. So next we will try 3 here. So 2 will not work here. Now we have to try 3. If we try 3 and 3 23s are what? 23 times 3 will be 69. So this is also not closest to 125. Now we have to try 4. If we try 4 here, so now we have to multiply 4 times 24. 24 times 4 is 96, which is little bit closer to it, but again we see that it is not similar to 125. So we check again for the next digit, that is 5. If we try it for 5 times 5, it will be 5 and 25. So if we multiply 5 and 25, 25 times 5 times 5 is 25 in hand, 2, 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2, 12. So it is exactly similar with the digits 125. So the required number here is 5. So if we now write 125, 5 times 25 is 125, and if we subtract it, we will get 0. There is no remainder. So the square root of 225, therefore the square root of 225 will be 15, which is the required answer. Okay, be careful. Here we only multiply 5 with this both digits, not take 1. Do not take the previous one, that is 1. We will not take the previous digit. We just take the current digit with which will be multiplied with these two numbers, that is 5 times 25. Okay, I think I hope you understand this. Now let's move on to next problem, that is number B. Now for number B, again we have to do the similar kind of things, that is we have to make pair of digits from the right side to left side. We just make only one pair here and another one is single digit. Now you have to find the closest perfect square of 9, that is 1 square will be 1, 2 square will be 4 and 3 square will be 9. So the closest digit or similar digit is 3 square, that is 3 times 3. So we have to take here the digit 3. Now what? Now 3 squared is 9, so 3 squared is 9. We write 9 here and then we subtract 9 minus 9 will be 0, and then we have to put down the total 61. This pair we have to put it down. This pair will be 61 here. So you know very well that in front of the digit, if the first digit is 0, it will not be counted, so the number is only 61. Now you have to make it double. Double means 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, so we write here 6 and we leave some blank space for here because we want to make here some digits, thus which can be multiplied with this digit and this number, then we will get closest or similar to this number. So this is very easy looking, that is if we put it here 1 and then we also put it here 1, so 60, so we will multiply 1 times 61, so 1 times 61 will be 61, and if we subtract it will be 0 and there is no remainder. So the square root of 961 is equal to 31, which is the square root of 961. So let's take a look in the next problem. Our next digit is 4 digits number C. The number is 3969. Okay, now we have to find the square root of this number. So at first we make the pairs. Look here, in above two numbers we only find one pair, but in this number we can find two pairs here. One pair is 6 and 9 and another pair is 39. So now you have to make a vertical line here and then you have to make the closest, find the closest perfect square to 39. So in previous problems we just saw 1 square is a 1, 2 square is equal to 4, 3 square is equal to 9, 4 square will be 16, 5 square will be 25 and 6 square will be 36 and 7 square will be 49. Now look, we can take only 6 square, that is 36, which is closest to 39. So we have to take 6. So if we make 6 square here, we can get 636. Then we subtract it. After subtracting, we will get 3, and we have to put down the next pair of the digits. Next pair of the digit is 69. So we will get 369. Now you have to make it double and write it here. 6 times 2 is 12 and we will write 12 here. Okay, now we have to put a number here, digit here, which will be closest or similar to this number. As you can see, we can put it here 1 and here also 1, but 1 times 121 is 121, which is not similar or equal to or closest to this number. Then we can put 2 here, but you will see that 244, which is also not closest or similar. Then we can put it here 3 here. So if we multiply this 3 with 123, that is 123 times 3, 123, the total number here, and which we multiply with this only 3, not 6, only 3. So 123 times 3 is 9, 6 and 3 ones are 3. So if we make this multiplication, then we will get the similar result, and which we subtract, we will get 0. So this is the answer. You don't confuse with the answer this one. This is not the answer. This is the answer. This is your answer, which is the square root of 3969 will be 63. That is how we can find the square root of any number. Okay, now let's move on to next problem. Problem number D. We will do 5-digit number now. 10404, that is 10,404. Now again we have to make some pairs from the from right side to left side. At first we can find the 2 pairs, and the number is single digit number here. So at first we can take the square of this number, perfect square of this number is closest to 1, so 1 times 1 is 1. So if we subtract this, we will get 0, and then we put the second pair. This pair we will put down, not this pair, only one pair we can put down at a time. Now see, you have to make it double. So 1 times 2 is 2 here, and leave a blank here so that the next digit we can put here. Now you can see that if we just put 1 here, it will be 21. So 21 times 1 is 21, but the number is only 4. 004 means only 4. So we cannot put here 1 or 2, we just can put here 0. So if we put 0 here and we put 0 here, so 0 times 20 will be 0. Now if we subtract, we will get 4. You understand? Now you have to put down the next digit, that is this 04, you can put it here. So we'll get 404. Now you have to make the double of these 2 digits, not only 0. You have to make it double, the total whole digit you have to make it double here. So the double of 10 is 20. Double of 10, not only 0. You have to make it double of this total digit. This will be 20. Now if we put 1 and 1 here, so 201 will be 201, which is not equal to the 404. If we put here 2, and we have to put it here 2. Now if we multiply this 202 with only this digit only, the last digit, the latest, the current digit, if we multiply 202 times 2, it will be 404. Okay, so it will be similar to 404, and if we subtract this, we will get 0, and there is no remainder, so the answer is 102. So the square root of 10404, the square root of this number will be 102. This is your answer. You understand? Okay, now move on to our next part, that is some word problems related to this method, that is square root by using long division method. Okay, now we solve a word problem from the text from exercise 1.1, question number 5. At first we read the question. What is the least number which is to be subtracted from 4639 so that the difference is a perfect square? Now read the question again carefully and look for the keywords. Here the keywords are least number, subtracted, and perfect square. So a number should be subtracted from the given number when the difference, the difference will be a perfect square. The difference will be a perfect square. Now let's see. At first we try to make the perfect square of 4639. Now we have to take 6 square is 36 and 7 square is equal to 49. So we should take 6 square. So if we put 6 here, 6 square will be 36. Now if we subtract from 46 to 36, we will get 10. And now we have to put down the next pair. The next pair is 39. Now you have to make double of 6, which is 12, and now you have to make a number here which should be multiplied with this number. Make the number by putting the 3-digit number. Now 1039 is a big number, so we have to think bigger. Let's think about 129 and 9. If we put here 9 and put 9 here, we have to multiply 129 by 9. We can get a number 9 2 are 26, 2 9 1 are 9 plus 2 is 11, which is bigger. Now we have to try another one, which is can be tried 8 here and also 8 here. So if we multiply 128 by 8, we'll get 8 times 8 is 64. In hand we have 6. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 2 22. In hand 2. 2 plus 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2, 1024. So if we multiply this number, 1024 will be the closest to 1039. Now if we subtract, we will get 15 here. Now look, the question asked, which least number should be subtracted from 4639, and then the difference will be a perfect square. Now if we subtract, this is the remainder from long division method of this number. So if we subtract 15 from 4639, it will be a perfect square. Now you can also verify your answer. Verification. In your exam, you don't have to write the verification, but I want to give you a clear idea how it works. If we find the square of 68, what we get? 68 times 68, 8 times 8 is 64, 48 plus 6 54, and we'll get 48 in hand 4, 6 times 6 is 36 plus 4 40. So we'll get more or less this number 4624, but the number given in the question was 4639, which is exactly 15 less the square of 68. So let's verify our answer. So if we subtract 15 from 4639, we will get 4624, which is the square of 68, which is a perfect square. So this is the answer you are looking for. So how can we write the answer here? The least number is, the required least number is 15, which completes our answer. Now let's move on to our next problem. Our next word problem, question number 6, which is similar to previous one. What is the least number which is to be added? Here added to 5605, so that the total sum is a perfect square, which is almost similar. So at first we need to find the long division perfect square which is closest to this number 5605. So at first we see the closest perfect square. So 7 square will be 49, 8 square will be 64, which is more than 56. So we can take 7 here. If we take 7, then we will try 7 times 7 is 49, and if we subtract, we will get 7 here. And now we put down the next pair 0 5, so we will get another number 705. Now look, we have to double this number, which is 14. Now we have to put a digit here so that the digit is closest to 705. At first let's try 3. 143 times 3, which is 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, in hand 1, 3 ones are 3 plus 1 4. So which is not closest, but if we try 4, now we can get 144 times 4, which will get 4 times 4 is 16, in hand 1, 4 times 4 is 16 plus 1 17, in hand 1, 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 5, 576. Now if we try one more, 145 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, in hand 2, 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 22, in hand 2, 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7, which is more than 705. So we cannot take 5 as the next digit, we can take only 4. If we multiply this, we will get 576. Now let's subtract. So if we subtract this, we will get 15 minus 9, in hand 1, 10 minus 8 is 2, in hand 1, 7 minus 6 is 1, 129. Now 129 is the remainder. Now what question asks? Which number is to be added to the number by which we can get a perfect square? Now look, we have to add a number which will be a perfect square. So if it is perfect square, then it must not be 74 anymore. It has to be 75. Why? Because if we add some number here, it will increase, and then the closest will not be 74. The closest number will be to next digit, because this perfect square and perfect squares number should be integer. So if we make it integer, the next integer will be 75. Now we have to add 74 plus 1, we will get 75. So what is the perfect square of 75? If we find the 75 square, we will get, let's do rough here, 75 times 75, which we can get 5 times 5 is 25 in hand 2, 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 37, 7 times 5 is 35 in hand 3, 7 times 7 is 49 plus 3 52. If we add these numbers, we will get this number 5625, but our given number is 5605. So to get the next level perfect square number, we have to add only 20. To make 5625, we have to just add 20, not 129. So this remainder we subtracted in the previous problem, but this problem we have to find the next integer number to these answers. This answer is 74, so next integer is 75, and make the square of that 75 and see how much is the difference from the given number. So now if we find the difference from the given number with the square of 75, we will get 5625 minus 5605, which is only 20. So our list number is 20. Therefore the required list number is 20. Okay, I think you understand these problems very smoothly. Now I will give you some homeworks. In your textbook page number, page number 8, from page number 8 you can get 2 word problems, exactly the 2 which I do just right now. Example number 4 and 5, which will be your next homework. So I hope you will do your homework at home timely, and you can understand better when you practice more and more.